Hello guys, it's Agon here from PS Unblind and we are finally here playing The Last of Us 2 on New Game Plus mode. I've already finished this game once and I can tell you the gameplay is just amazing. I love it. I'm going to be doing a New Game Plus walkthrough with all the accessibility features because obviously I'm visually impaired and this game has so many accessibility features that just make it a joy to play, so hopefully you guys stick with me. And yeah, I'm going to be also talking through, for those of you who are watching who are blind or visually impaired, I'm going to be audio describing it as best I can, because although this game includes a lot of features for visually impaired and blind people, the main thing it misses out is audio description in the cutscenes, which is a bit disappointing, so I'm going to try and fill that gap. But most of all, just going to try and have fun with it. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this. Let's get started.
New Game Plus. Play through the
New
game
Game
again
Plus.
with all of moderate class. Provides a balanced experience. Light class. Very light class. Explore
I'm going to play
and
on very
experience
light,
start.
just because.
You have selected very light class. Challenge level can be changed at any time in options. Difficulty. Start.
Thank you. Here we go. So now it's just a loading screen and there's like almost like little spores just floating around on the right hand side of the screen, maybe even the left. Yeah. When I say audio describe, I'm going to audio describe it, but I'm going to audio describe it like a visually impaired person would. So if you can see what's going on more than me, bear with me, because I'm going to describe it as best I can, and you'll get the gist of the story more or less with my descriptions. There's just logos coming up right now saying Naughty Dog presents and blah blah. Right,
I don't know what happened.
Someone's cleaning a guitar.
I was supposed to take her to the Fireflies and walk away. You go halfway across the country with someone. She needed her immunity to mean something. Maybe I was starting to buy into that old cure business. Maybe I just wanted to do right by her. And then we made it. We found the Firefly. Because of her, they were actually going to make a cure.
Showing Ellie in a hospital bed.
The only catch, it would kill her. Sweet Jesus.
Doctor?
What are you doing? I won't let you take her. This is our future. Think of all the lives we'll save.
Joel's in the hospital room, burst in, and they're about to operate on Ellie.
Jesus Christ, Joel.
Flash forward to Joel and Tommy talking.
What do you do?
I saved her.
It's just showing the empty hospital. Joel's basically killed everyone and is now taking Ellie.
Come on, baby girl. I got you. I got you.
Cover the exit. Don't let him get away.
He backs out through a door, the door slams.
God damn. That's some. That's a lot. What does Ellie know?
I told her they just ran some tests. I told her her immunity meant nothing.
And she believed you?
I didn't say otherwise.
We should head back.
Tommy stands and walks out of the room. Joel now stands and lifts the guitar up and walks out after Tommy. Right, now I'm playing as Joel, and I've just
With navigation assistance enabled, press L3 button to face the camera in the direction of story progression.
Okay. So if I press L3, it points me in the way I'm supposed to go. I'm playing as Joel right now. I'm on a horse. If I flick up on the touchpad,
You are riding a horse. Health 100.
it tells you your health and what you're doing, basically. Oh, hang on. So now I'm just riding a horse with Joel. After Tommy, we're going through a sort of like woods, kind of like a woods. There's like a broken down thing over there. Going through some trees now. So, for those of you who didn't watch The Last of Us 1, basically, long story short, there's a guy called Joel. He, through one way or another, has to look after a little girl called Ellie, and takes her across the country to a group called the Fireflies. This is in an apocalypse, basically, where some fungal viral whatever infection has killed people and turned them into zombies, and Ellie is the only person who's immune, so he takes her all the way across the country to the Fireflies, who say they can extract a cure from her immunity. They go through a whole story and adventure together, and right at the end, Joel gets told, basically, she's in the hospital bed, and Joel gets told, okay, to be able to come up with a cure that will save us, Ellie's going to have to die. And Joel goes, fuck that, nope, kills everyone in the hospital, and takes Ellie out of there and goes back to his brother
Hold
Tommy.
L1 button to gallop.
Right, now we're galloping through a meadow. It's all very beautiful. Just following Tommy. But yeah, that game ended off like that then, so Joel hasn't told Ellie that her death would have meant curing mankind. He just told her that, nope, there's loads of other people like you that are immune, it doesn't mean anything, and let's go home, basically. So all of that was for nothing, she thinks. Which it kind of was, if you think about it, because Joel made the decision to save one person instead of save humanity, which they kind of put him in the position so he's the father figure, and the argument is that a lot of people would have done that for their own daughters, which I agree with. I don't think it was the right decision, in my opinion. I think he should have let her die to save the world. But anyway, this isn't my story, this is Naughty Dog's story, so... Still riding a horse. The beginning part is quite slow, to be honest. The beginning part of the game, it's more like a long, drawn-out cinematic. But all you can hear in the background, those beeps, is me clicking L3, indicates the direction, and then the higher pitched beep is when I reach that marker, so it kind of wayfinds you. So So now I think I've arrived at our settlement. I think so. Yeah. Now. Yep, Joel and Tommy riding into the settlement.
Come on. It's
Gets
okay.
off his
I got him.
horse.
You go on.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right.
About what we were talking about earlier. I can't say I'd have done different. I'll take it to the grave if I have to.
I'll see you later, Tom.
Joel walks off, leaving Tommy to take care of the horses, basically. Now the camera sort of pans up, and you're looking at Joel walking away into the settlement while Tommy walks to the right. It cuts to black, and some credits pop up. Now it's night time, as you can hear by the crickets, and we can see a foot tapping on the floor and the rhythm to some music. And a hand is writing on some paper. And now we see Ellie, quite a few years on from the first game, with earphones in. Joel walks in. She's got her earphones in. She can't hear him.
Hello? Ellie?
Joel nudges her.
Jesus. Almost gave me a heart attack.
I tried knocking, but
Hey,
hey,
what's up, Joel?
just checking in. Folks are, talking about how impressed they are with you and how well you're helping out.
It's good.
Yeah. Tommy and I went out riding the other day, and he told me a joke, and I thought about you. It's oh shoot, I forgot it. Something about a clock. How do you?
Joel, it's pretty late and I gotta get up in a few hours.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna get out of your hair. Just I want to show you something. Just give me 1 second.
Joel opens the door, walks out, and comes back in with the guitar.
What's this?
Some folks call this thing here a guitar.
Funny.
You want to hear something?
Okay.
Okay.
Joel takes a seat and gets ready to play the guitar.
Promise me that you won't laugh.
I won't laugh. I won't.
Ellie sits down opposite him.
I'm trusting you.
Use left stick to choose a chord.
Right, so now this bit, basically you move the left stick around. If you are partially sighted, visually impaired, you should be able to see a circle on the top, just above Joel's left shoulder, also on the right hand side, and it's like highlighted
Press
where you're
X
supposed
button to strum.
where you're supposed to hit it, so it's like a white. But if you're completely blind, you move the left stick around in a circle until it vibrates. So you move it slowly around, and when you feel the controller vibrate, you press X. And then you move again when you feel the controller vibrate, press X, and then you move again. And that's how you play the guitar. Now I'm not playing this bit, it's just a cutscene.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I've not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All my stolen missing parts I've no need for any more. 'Cause I believe, and I believe 'cause I can see our future days, days of you and me. There you go.
Well, that didn't suck.
I'll take what I can get. She's yours.
No. No. I don't know the first thing about
I
this.
promised that I'd teach you how to play.
He hands her the guitar.
You did.
So what do you say, tomorrow night? First lesson?
Deal.
Okay. Okay.
Do you remember the joke?
What is the downside to eating a clock? It's time consuming.
That's so dumb.
Yeah. Good night, kiddo.
Joel closes the door and leaves. Ellie sits there on her own with a guitar on her lap. She holds it awkwardly a little bit and then tries to plucks one of the chords. Cut to black.
The Last of Us Part 2.
Yep, the title pops up. As you heard, The Last of Us Part 2. That's the only bit that's audio described. Ellie's asleep in bed.
4 years later.
Shit.
Gets up and walks to the
Hey.
door.
Morning.
Sorry, I totally overslept. Just give me a minute and I'll get dressed.
I heard you had quite a night after I left.
She kissed me. It was just Dina being Dina. She didn't mean anything by it.
I was talking about your fight with Seth. Wait, you kissed Dina?
Oh. I thought this...
We're broken up 1 week and you make a move on my girl?
No. She was probably just trying to make you jealous. I would never... Fuck, this is awkward.
I'm messing with you, man. I don't care. Get dressed.
You're the worst.
It's kind of fucked up you did that.
She slams the door.
Get your stuff together, we're already late.
Smells fine.
That was Ellie sniffing her clothes. Okay, now we are playing as Ellie now, and we are in her room. So I'm going to press L3. Points me towards a desk. Now, when you hear that sound, it means there's an item close. So you want to walk towards that sound until you hear a sort of ding.
This audio cue means that a triangle button interact prompt is available.
Now I'm going to press triangle. She picks her bag up, gets her gun, holsters it, picks her book up and all of her belongings, basically. Loads up her bag, puts it on her back, and is ready to go out. Right, what I did there is I just scanned for items because there might be items of interest that might add to the story here a little bit. So the way you scan for items is you hold R1 and you press circle. And when you hear that noise, it means there's an item or an interaction close. So while holding R1, if you click down the left stick, it will point the camera in the direction. See? So there's an item over here now, if you can hear the... So if I walk towards the item...
Hey, is
press
Joel
triangle.
up?
Got reports of the detective out north. They sent him and Tommy out early to scout.
That sucks.
Yeah. Can't imagine they got much sleep.
She's putting her boots on and getting her other stuff,
Shut up.
basically.
It's just about to get up.
Now she
I
opens the
was.
door.
You got everything?
Yes.
And I think this guy's name's Jesse. He's all like people
Heads up.
who...
You're the talk of the town this morning.
What?
Let me see if I got this right. You kissed Dina,
She kissed me.
which triggered Seth to call you a not so nice word.
Yep.
Then Joel decked him,
More of a push.
and then you got mad at Joel. That part confused me.
It was a strange night, man.
Sounds exciting. Maria wants a word with you.
Where is she?
The diner.
Is this about Seth?
No clue.
Just tell her you never saw me.
Excuse me?
walk towards a gate, and now I'm opening this gate
Hey,
for me and Jesse to
so-
walk through.
We're okay, right?
You and me? Yeah, of course. Dina and I are done.
I know. It's just, I don't want you to think.
Ellie, we're cool. Promise.
Thanks.
So now it's just me and Jesse walking through. Oh, there's a dog. So there's an item over there, but this dog's walking up to me. I can press triangle to stroke him. Hello, puppy.
Hey, old timer. Yeah, get a good scratch.
The beginning of this story is kind of boring to me, to be honest. It just feels like a bit of a high school teen drama thing where it's like, oh my god, you slept with my girl, I slept with your girl,
Oh, hi.
and blah blah blah. I like it when it gets into it. There's the part in the story where something very shocking happens, and from then onwards the story is interesting. But until then, it's kind of just going through the motions,
Wanna
to be
grab some
honest. So.
breakfast?
No. Where's Maria?
In the back.
Just walked into this big, almost like a common room slash tavern sort of thing where
Excuse me.
there's loads of people
Ellie.
around.
There you are. Come here.
Walking up to a woman called Maria.
That's
I think this is
something you want to
Tommy's
I
wife.
don't want to hear what that bigot has to say.
Do it for me. Please.
Fine.
Seth. Seth, come here.
Hey. Look, last night I was drinking too much.
Sure.
I'm trying to say I'm sorry. Maria tells me that you and Dean are headed out. I made you some sandwiches.
Okay.
Your steak.
Thank you, Seth.
Maria picks a sandwich up and hands it to Ellie.
Yeah. Well, you be safe out there.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
What you got there?
Bigot sandwiches.
Smells good.
They're yours.
You sure?
It's fine.
Let me walk you out.
Okay.
Hands Jesse the sandwiches, and Jesse walks out. I'm now following them.
When you go out, I want you to trade off with Tommy and Joel. Those boys have been up for far too long.
Where do I meet them?
If you go up to the Northwest Lookout, they're scheduled to arrive later today. But watch yourself. I mean, there's too many sightings of infected recently.
Of course. I was gonna check out the creek trails. I'll need someone else to cover it.
Ellie, you know the creek trails?
Not really.
Dina's done it a bunch. I'll have the two of them take it.
Well, that solves that. Ellie, can I talk to you for a sec?
So,
That was... Now I'm
Look, I
talking
don't
to
know what's going on with you and Joel.
Marie.
Maria,
Guy really cares about you. And I'm sure he didn't mean to.
we're fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sorry to pry. Be safe.
Thanks.
Yo, Dina! Assignments!
Just give me a minute!
We get your girlfriend to the stables, please.
Hey, Dina. Can I talk to you?
Dina's having a snowball fight with some
Hey,
kids.
guys! I'm tapping out. Come on! For how long?
Hey. Hey. I just want to say sorry for running off last night.
Oh, it's okay. I totally get it. I felt bad.
Why?
Because I started the whole thing, and I shouldn't have kissed you in front of all of those people.
No,
And
you were drunk. It's fine.
well, still, I don't want you to think.
No, I'm not reading into it or anything. Just...
You know what I love about you? How you let me finish my sentences.
All right. Well, we should probably get going.
Yeah. Ow! What the fuck? I'm not
snowball
even playing.
hits Ellie.
'Cause you're a chicken? You're a chicken!
I hate this kid so much.
You want to fuck him up?
Yeah, I do.
You asked for it. You better run, you little shits. Holy shit! Get to cover. Go, go!
R2 button. Quick throw. Ellie and Dina. 1.
Gotcha.
So now we have to basically...
When the reticle is locked on, throw directly at the target with R2 button.
Yeah, we have to play a snowball fight with these kids. So I'm running, picking up snow. And when you hear that sound,
I see you.
so that means I can throw and hit someone.
Left stick forward.
Oh,
Plus.
you like that?
So I just hit someone.
Fuck yeah. Ow!
Oh,
Frick.
they just hit
Don't tell
me.
your mom.
Arm on that kid.
Hit him.
Left stick
Oh.
forward. Plus. X button. Climb.
Boom! Eat snow, you little shit!
Ellie and Dina.
Oh, suck it!
Move
Yeah,
within
like I
range
said, the
and look
beginning
at
of
the
this-
target to lock on. Ellie and Dina.
The beginning of this game is a bit boring. But it does get very cool.
Ah! Your parents don't love you!
Ellie and Dina.
Eat
7
snow!
of 10. Kids. 2 of
I'm gonna come
10.
over there and fight you, like, for real. Nah. I know where you live, Alex.
Ellie and Dina. 8 of 10.
I see you! Gotcha.
Almost. I think it's when I get to 10.
Left stick forward. Plus. X button. Climb. Move
Oh
within
no, you
range
guys,
and look at
ow!
the target.
Where would I tell you that? If you were not a child, I would pelt you. In the face.
Ellie and Dina. 10.
No fair!
10.
Eat
There
it,
we go.
shrimps! Hey! How's it feel? No! Get her! Help me! You'll never get away with this!
Now the kids are jumping on Dana and I have to basically pull them off with triangle.
Get
civilian monsters! All right, we actually have some work to do. Scram.
Man.
I guess I asked for that, huh? Yep. Let's go.
Right, so now we're walking out of the... It's almost like a little playground with like a climbing frame and a slide that we were in. Playing snowball fights with those
Jesse
kids.
wants us to do the creek trails. He's gonna relieve Joel and Tommy.
Oh, that's nice you assigned us together. You're gonna like this route.
Morning, girls.
Morning.
Hey, ladies. I'll bring them in.
Thank you.
This first part of the story is very linear, very scripted, so all you have to do pretty much is follow the person who you're supposed to be with. It does open up after. But now we have arrived at the stables to get the horses so we can go out on
Look who's here.
a trail and clear it of zombies.
Come on. Hey, Shimmer.
Nice horsey.
Ah, look who decided to join us.
Yeah.
One
Jesse
for you,
hands Ellie a rifle.
and one for you.
Hands one to Dana as well.
Open it up.
Is it Dana or
Settle
Dinah?
down, children.
I think it's Dana. I don't know.
All right. You all know the drill. Run your routes, mark your logbooks, clear any infected you see. You run into anything you can't handle, you come back. Be smart about it. All right. Get going.
Ellie climbs a horse with Dana. Well, Dana's on her own horse as well. And we're getting ready. Here we go.
Yeah.
They ride off into the distance. Cut to black. Now, it's another scene inside a cabin. There are people sleeping on the floor. I think sleeping. Zooms into someone's face, and this is another character. So this is Abby now. We're seeing from Abby's point of view. You'll find out who Abby is as we go through the story. Right now, it's basically like, who is this girl? So she stands up and walks over to someone standing by a window.
Hey. What were you dreaming about?
Was I talking?
You're doing your teeth grinding thing.
Where have you been?
Grab your gear. I want to show you something.
What?
Trust me.
Abby looks after Owen, I think it is, as he walks off. Now, a kind of garage door opens and we see, I think his name's Owen, walking ahead of us, and we're playing as Abby now. We have to follow Owen.
It's cold.
Check if
You
there's
sure
any
you don't want to do this when the sun's out? And it's warmer?
No. Can't wait.
And you don't want to just tell me?
You need to see it.
Left stick forward, plus, X button, bolt obstacles.
So when you hear that noise, It means you can jump over something, so you press the left stick forward and X. And she climbed over a kind of
What are you doing wandering around
wooden
out here by
fence.
yourself?
Been restless.
You too.
Feel like the farther south we go, the prettier it's gotten.
You want to keep going? Just drive all the way to Mexico?
I've
Left
thought
stick
about it.
forward, plus, X button, squeeze through.
Yeah, I don't
So when
see
you
that
hear this
living up to
noise,
his stories.
when you hear this noise, it's
No, probably not.
left stick forward and X again, but you're squeezing through a gap. Basically, it was a sort of like, almost like like a gap in between rocks that I had to sort of squeeze through. Anyway, let's move on.
Circle button, crouch.
Now when you hear that noise, you can crouch. So you press circle once and you crouch underneath. It's like a fallen log.
Circle button,
And you crouch
stand.
and walk
You did all
underneath
this
it.
in the dark?
And you can stand up again.
Yes. Now come on.
Now he's climbing something ahead of me, so you're going to hear that noise again, and now you can climb.
We keep going like this. We're gonna be tired for today's trip.
It's not that far.
Hey, is Mel okay? She seemed out of it these past few days.
She'll be fine.
You stop being weird, you're freaking me out.
I'm not being weird.
The accessibility in this game is honestly amazing. Like, it's
Careful jumping
it's
over
better
these.
than I could ever have expected a AAA game to have. You can
X
literally
button, jump.
keep your eyes closed. So I'm gonna do this bit basically. Let's walk back. I'm gonna do this bit with my eyes closed. So I'm walking in the direction of where it's telling me to,
X
and you
button,
can hear that noise.
jump.
It's telling you to jump, and you've just jumped a gap, and you can just keep going. It's
You're breaking up with
the
Mel.
navigation is actually
What?
amazing.
No. You wish.
I've had my fill. Thank you.
I can't wait to get to
Hold, L1 button,
the better
plus,
parts of the story.
X
Have to run to
button.
make it.
If you can do it, I can do it.
So this one you can sprint jump, or I think you can just hold X, and she'll do it.
Ouch.
Yep.
We can't all be as graceful as you.
Clearly.
What is that?
You'll be fine.
It's too high.
Come on.
Oh dear.
Hey. Eyes on me. Abby. Stop looking down.
Owen, do we have to go back this way?
Consider it an opportunity to work on your fears.
How about I work my foot up your ass?
Abby, stop flirting.
So the scenery is basically, it's really snowy, like, and it's just very rocky, cliffy terrain. So there's a few big jumps and a few bits that I have to climb, and gaps that I have to squeeze through and to follow Owen to wherever he's leading me to. The graphics are actually amazing in this game as well. Just climbing this big rock, and now it's a cutscene where they're walking towards
Is it?
an
made
opening,
it.
and they can see a settlement in front of them, a ways down the.
City.
Yeah.
Have you told anyone else?
Wanted you to see it first. Saw an armed patrol go from town to an outpost over there. A few more outposts in between. They have electricity, guns. It's a lot of people.
We can figure it out.
Okay. Assuming he's in there, how do we get to him?
We can corner one of the patrols and get confirmation, and then, I don't know, maybe find a way to lure him out.
Yeah, okay. Sure, there'll be happy to offer that information up.
Well, then we make them.
You hear yourself?
Okay, what do you want to do? What is going on with you?
Mel's pregnant.
Oh. Okay.
It's not just that, though.
Should I say congrats?
When everyone else sees this, they're gonna want to turn back.
We can convince him, right? I fucking knew I couldn't count on you.
Abby, I want what you want. But not at any cost. Hey.
Don't.
See you back at the lodge.
Owen walks off and leaves us on our own.
Fuck it.
Abby walks towards the city with a determined look on her face, jumps down. And I think we're gonna... So, this has been part 1 of my walkthrough, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, like it. Obviously, dislike it. If you disliked it, comment if you have something to say. And stay tuned for part 2, where we find out just what sort of trouble Abby's going to get herself in. Bye, guys.